Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Denver, Colorado. And I'm so glad you could join me this afternoon. I have a lovely little card. I dipped into the paper this time for the best dressed, and gosh, it's beautiful paper. And so I created a little card for a special day. So let's just get started. Okay, so here is my card. And what I want to do is share with you this paper called Best Dressed. It's a 6x6 pack. And look at this gorgeous paper. My goodness. This is the one that I used to make this card. I'm going to change my colors up today. And we're going to make it using this paper. Isn't that pretty? Lovely lipstick in the petal pink. But let me show you some of these other colors that are in here. This paper has all kinds of really pretty floral patterns in it. Those are the ones we've looked at. Now this one is kind of an interesting background in the dotted pinks, and on the other side is the lipstick and like mascara and I'm not sure what else, but very cute paper. And then this floral is small roses, and it's got the shoes on the background. Isn't that just as cute as it can be? All different kinds of shoes, and one matches the die for this set. And then there is this pretty paper. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And on the back is just a green dot pattern. Look at how pretty that is together. It's just beautiful stuff. And now there's this, and the purple used in this paper is purple Posy, which we haven't seen a lot of. They had, all the trouble with the ink, but it's got a multicolored dot pattern on the back. Now, how useful would that be with all kinds of crazy things? And then there is, let's see, this paper, which has different purples and yellows on it, and then it's got more of those wonderful shoes on the back side of it. And I've seen a couple cards now where people have cut out these shoes and used them in card making. Then there's this beautiful kind of daisy pattern with a yellow stripe behind it. And look at this, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm trying to think what color that might be. It is Blackberry Bliss. I thought so. Isn't that gorgeous? With the Blackberry Bliss perfume bottles on the back side of that. Very pretty stuff. And then there's this one, which is kind of fun with all of the different handbags. And then a lovely stripe on the back of that. Then more perfume bottles. Here, is that the same? No, this is different. These are larger perfume bottles, and they have this lovely lipstick background and stripe here. And then one more, this kind of is a smaller pattern of the one I made my card out of. Here it's got those same colors in it with a lovely lipstick thrown in. And that has got a lovely lipstick background with more of the lipstick tubes. But I thought I would share that with you. I hadn't paid that much attention to this paper. I had purchased a pack, and so I just opened it up to start playing with it, and I'm in love. So here's the card that I made, and so I thought today I would just change up the colors. So we're going to use this piece of paper, and I'll show you how to cut it to get what we need. So with that, I decided to put it on an old olive background. So I have an old olive card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that's quite large. This one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then we're going to cut our pattern paper to go over this. Then you need well, it depends. I couldn't make up my mind on how I wanted to do the sentiment here. So I have a piece of petal pink and a piece of lovely lipstick, and I used a scrap of old olive, and then I've also cut out a couple of these white, so I've stamped lots of different colors, and we'll just have to decide which one looks the best on this card. So putting this aside for the moment, this is, and we're going to use some different ribbon obviously to go with this, and I've got some ideas here. So I'm going to grab my trimmer, and we're going to cut this piece 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to leave us 2 tiny little margins of the old olive and the white on the outside of this. And we need to keep this little piece because we're going to use it for something else here. So 5 1/4. And then what I did was, using my ruler, and on the back side I measured down 1.5 inches on that side there and put a tick mark, and then 1.5 inches from the opposite side coming up this way. And so there's my 2.5 inch tick marks. Now I'm going to put that back on the cutter here on my trimmer and line up those 2 tick marks right in my cutting channel and give that another cut. So I'm going to end up with a couple different pieces here that I can use to make this card. So you can get 2 cards out of 1 cut of your designer series paper. Okay, so now this piece is going to go, oh, I cut it the other way. That's all right. Our design will go the other way then. So this one is going to get put right on here. And let's see, we just need a little bit of snail. Isn't that cute? I didn't see that pattern before. Okay, so I want to get this piece of pattern paper right up here at the top, leaving a small margin all the way around the 3 sides. There we go. And then on the ribbon, we do have some of this grosgrain ribbon that is in the lovely lipstick, and then we have this petal pink ribbon that is the metallic edged ribbon, and I thought we might use both. So what I'm going to do first is put down my piece of petal pink on my card, and that's about all I need to cover my card. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of snail, and for ribbon I like using my dot runner. It just sort of helps things stay put when I put them down. So we're going to set this down right here. You can see a little bit through this ribbon, so I'm going to set it just right on the edge of this pattern paper so that not much of that pattern shows through. And then we'll just add a little bit of snail on the back and anchor our ribbon pieces around the back of the card. There we go. Now I've got this pretty grosgrain ribbon, and I thought it might be kind of fun to put a little piece on the top and a little piece on the bottom. And it's so pretty. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to use my dot runner to put a little bit of snail on my ribbon and put it in place. Don't you love the idea of Stampin' Up and them always having something that matches. You know, where was I the other day? In, oh, Hobby Lobby or Joann or Michael's or one of those places, looking for some, I don't even remember what I was looking for, but there was some poor woman there who had a piece of cardstock, and she was going up and down the rows looking, trying to find one that matched. And I did give her my card and say, if you ever get tired of doing that, let me know, because I'm a Stampin' Up! Rep, and everything in Stampin' Up! Matches. You never have to guess what color or what color family something might be in order to get something to match on your card. I just felt for her. So let's see, if we put this down across here, there we've got both colors represented, and that is placed on there. And now we're ready to put this on our old olive base. So I'm going to go ahead and add some snail to the back of this and put this piece in place. On the card. Oh, that's such a pretty combination, those two pinks and the green. Gosh, that's pretty. And see, I just cut that going the wrong way, so I guess you get to decide which one you like better. I have a tendency to do this kind of a cut more often, but I didn't even think about it when I put it on the trimmer. But it's a good thing to remember that you can get it to go either way. And since I was looking at the back side, it didn't occur to me. Okay, so now what I've done is I did several things. I cut one of these backing pieces in both green and in the lovely lipstick. And then I did the white in the green and again in the lovely lipstick. And I'll have to say that I like this one better. Okay, so, well, I have one other choice, don't I? I did the pink in the lovely lipstick, where I stamped it in lovely lipstick but put it on the petal pink. I definitely like this one better. I keep trading up here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this one prepared, and all I'm going to do is cut right down the center of this piece, and then I'm going to add a little bit of snail behind my sentiment piece, and I'm going to add these edges right along here. And whatever margin you use on this side, you just have to be careful to get it to match on the other side. So now I'm going to set this in place on this side with about that same margin. And of course I got a little bit of glue on there. And that's not straight, so let me get that on there straight. That looks about right to me. Okay, I'm going to burnish those in place, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this piece. I'm down to the bones on this sheet. And then placing this on my card front right down in here. Now this one's sitting a little bit lower. This ribbon is up a little bit higher, but I didn't want the pattern to show through on my pink ribbon, so that's why we're that way. All right, now I didn't show you the inside of the card, and this stamp, by the way, comes from the Peaceful Moments out of the Poppy Suite, and wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. And I thought I could put that on the front, and then on the inside, when I get ready to send it, I can put, you know, congratulations on your marriage, or happy birthday, or whatever special day I decide to help somebody celebrate. And that way it left me with a few options. Okay, so now the other thing that I changed, on the inside of this one, I just put some of the ribbon and a strip of this paper, and the paper's light enough that you can write your message, but I decided I don't like that. I am not happy unless I've got a layer on the inside. And so I've got a piece that's cut 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put that piece down on the inside of my card. First, and I did cut it shorter than the one on the outside, but I think that's fine. I really wanted that to show. And then I'm going to take this piece and we're going to trim it down to 5 1/4 so that it'll just fit on that little piece of card. And I'm going to cut it 3/4 of an inch wide. And then I still have a nice little strip I could use that to do the other card. Okay. So now on this one, this will fit right along here. And I suppose I could have put some of the ribbon on either side. Maybe a little piece of the grosgrain ribbon. I wonder if I can pick that up and get away with doing that. Yep, it looks like I can. So what I'm going to do is cut 2 pieces of the grosgrain ribbon just a little bit longer than that so I can tuck them in and put some snail on here. So I'm going to put this down here and get that margin the way I want it, and tuck those ends in behind. Then I'm going to put down my strip of paper. You know, maybe it just needs that one piece of ribbon. There, I think that looks just fine. I'm not going to add a second piece of ribbon. And push down my ends there. And there we've got our card basically made. Now, all we have to do is add the little embellishments. And what I've done was I used, let's see, I used a couple of different things. I used from the Everyday Sequins mix, I've used a couple of these petal pink sequins. And so I thought I would put down, a couple of these. And I'm going to purposely put one of them here on the green so it shows up a little bit more. And then we don't really have anything that's got a poppy parade. look to it. But we do have a couple of other things that work, I think. We have this kind of yellow that is pretty, and we have the green, which is that iridescent green that just picks up about every color green. And you know, I like both of those. Maybe what I'll do is just add a few of each. Usually I don't do that. If I'm gonna do that, what will I put on here? Maybe an iridescent green. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I think that yellow really shows up and looks very interesting. Trying to decide here. Yep, I think I like that combination. All right, so now I'm just going to add a little Tombow glue and stick down these others that don't have the adhesive back on. And there we go. That is our project complete. You'll have to let me know which one you like, and if you like one angle better than the other. I think they're both great. I like both of them a lot. So that's it for me today. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. I've been a little out of sorts on my schedule here the last week. I've been lots and lots of crazy things going on in my life. So I should be back to my normal schedule of Tuesdays and Fridays starting this next week again. Like I said, that's it for me, and I'll be back soon with more cards and more projects. And let's see, the prize draw for March is the Grace's Garden bundle out of the mini catalog, and all you have to do to put yourself in my drawing is place an order of any size on my website, lbedinger.stampinup.net, or you can get to it through my blog, www.inkingenuity.com. And let's see, my April online card class is now open. It's going to be a technique class that will work with pigment sprinkles, and I'll do another little video talking just about it in the next week or so. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. Again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye!